What's going on, everybody? Adam here. Hope you're doing well. So I leave for my flight date tomorrow, and in the process of getting this whole looping workflow figured out, I have built this preset on my HX Stomp that's kind of like the nerve center of this whole operation. And instead of skipping a week and not having a scripted thing to walk you through, I figured I would give you a tour of this particular setup and how I'm using it for my live looping setup. Let's go. So guys, this is the compact rig that I am taking with me on this trip. Two main pieces of equipment, of course. We have the Line 6 HX Stomp here, and a TC Helicon Voice Live Play GTX over here. The way that I have this currently set up is that this is the guitar input, which is plugged into whichever guitar I'm playing. The output is being fed into the instrument input of the TC Helicon, which right now I am using as the looping engine. This particular gig has a different looper available. I haven't decided which one I'm going to use just yet, but there's some cool advantages of using the Voice Live to do this. One of them being that I can also input, vocals in for the looping process if I wanted to like beatbox or whatever. But I wanted to walk you through the presets here real quick. In order to initiate the looping, you have to push down on these two pedals at the same time, and that brings up a 3-button looper. The way that the looper on the Voice Live works is that you play and record using the leftmost button. When you're ready to end the loop, you push it back and then it starts doing playback. This is where you go to also initiate the overdub function, and if you flub, you hold it down, it will undo the last set of overdubs. This is where you can stop the playback itself and then initiate it back here. This is also where you go to clear everything out. The other thing I like about this setup is that once you're done building the loop, you can actually leave this area and use the vocal effects in the Voice Live to do harmonies or that kind of thing once the loop is already put together. All right, let's walk through all of the components of this preset for the HX Stomp. Starting over here, I've got an LA Studio comp. I believe this is literally just the default one. I've got an impulse response in place here. This is a Dreadnought IR that I got from worship tutorials. I've got a thin line for most gigs, and this kind of helps fill it out. Sounds really nice. Next thing over, parametric EQ. Again, just more tone shaping options as I am building sounds. All three of these are always running. Next one here is going to be a vintage digital delay that is controlled with this button right here. We've got a plate reverb that is always on, and then a glitch reverb that is controlled with this button right here. I'm using that for atmospherics and just kind of adding layers. Gives you a little more space. It gives you a little more fullness with these kind of pad-like effects. The last thing I've got on this one is a simple pitch shift, which is going down a full octave at 100% mix, and that is what I'm using to add bass lines on top of my loops. So all of these are then being fed into the Voice Live where the looping is actually happening. And there's nothing super fancy about this layout. There's nothing really crazy about the setup. These are just the three things that I use the most and I found to be the most effective when building patches and loops. So this is what I'm using, and it sounds great. Here's a demo. there is my preset. Just like any of the other Line 6 videos I've made, if this video gets 300 likes, I will post this one to custom tone. So if you think this is interesting or other people might be into it, share it with your friends, and let's see if we can hit that number. That's going to do it for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We are so close to hitting 1,000 subs. Also, if you are digging this content and you'd like more in-depth options, there are plenty to be had, including a podcast with over 200 episodes. Link for all of that is going to be in the description. Have an awesome week, and I'll see you next time.